Put your hands together. Come on. You can't. You can't. You can't. Everybody. Cut. I've always wanted to do that. You can't break my soul. You cannot break my soul. I am so excited about being here today with you. I came with a message about you cannot break the soul, and that the soul is whole, and the soul knows its purpose. Now, that doesn't mean you cannot break my heart, because I've had my heart broken several times. And it doesn't mean that you can't break my mind, because that's the reason why we're here, about mental health, about sometimes our minds get broken. I read in a book one time that there's 92,000 thoughts that we have a day. That's why you're exhausted. You are exhausted. 92,000 thoughts a day. And from that busy intersection in our lives, we make major decisions and major choices in our lives, and we wonder why we continue to end up in the same place. You can have a new relationship, same outcome, because you are the common denominator. And so today we're going to talk about real talk in this session. Real talk. You're more than your stories. You're going to hear some stories. And we all have a story, right? Once upon a time, and you're looking for, they lived happily ever after, but it's all about in the meantime. What happens in the meantime before you get to the end time. And so we're going to talk about that today. That you are more than your story. You're more than your molestation. You're more than anything. You're more than being abandoned. You're more than anything that has ever happened to you, because it is not who you are. Isn't that good? Isn't that great? Hello? Today we're going to talk about it's okay to be driven. Some of us are so driven. We are so driven. But you know what's important? It's to know what's driving you. Because sometimes we're driven by pain and despair. And see, when you don't know what's driving you, you will never get to the place you want to be. Some of us are driven by happiness, the pursuit of happiness. And I always say, when you're looking for happiness, it's all about what's happening. But really, it's about joy. Happiness costs. It's very expensive, but joy is free, because joy is an inside job. So today we're going to talk about the inside job. How do you go in? How do you meet yourself? Do you know who you are authentically? Have you ever met yourself? Do you know how you sound? Because we are so driven, we're so trained on the outside that everything we need is on the outside. But all you need in order for you to be authentically who you are, that's the inside job. Today I know who I am. Yesterday I didn't. And today we're going to talk about if you don't go within, you repeat. How many times have you repeated the same thing over and over and over again? And you know, a lot of times we are so mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually exhausted. We so tired that we don't even know what to do anymore. So we're going to talk about that today. Are you excited about that? We're going to talk about the 92,000 thoughts. We're going to talk about the spirit. We're going to talk about sometimes we are buried alive. In other words, we're going through the motion. We're on automatic pilot. We know how to get up. We know what to do. We know how to get to work. We know how to be at work. But we're going to talk about breaking that. Breaking and start living consciously. See, when you live consciously, you've got to go within. When you go within, then you'll be able to recognize that intuition, that little voice inside of you. We all have our own intuition. We all have a GPS system within us. But again, we have been so trained, so conditioned to look outside for the answer until we ignore that feeling. Have you ever felt that? Something says, he's not the right man for you. But you know, we want what we want. Did you see his muscles? Did you see how tall he was? And so we go against what we feel, and we go out to dinner, and we're sitting across the table, and he's talking, and he's telling us, and on the inside you're saying, oh, Jesus, what the hell am I doing here? But we are lonely, and we're desperate, and we wear that perfume of desperation. And so instead of trusting what we feel, because it will always tell you, but we want and we're needy. And I need somebody to love me. And I need somebody to confirm me. And I need somebody to want me. And so we ignore. And then we look up and we're like, what the hell was I thinking of? And what you realize you were not thinking. So we're going to talk about I am the power of spirituality. Because we all have it. And we're talking about spirituality that's not saturated in religion. We're talking about spirituality that governs your spirit. We're talking about spirituality that will assist you on your journey. Everything you need in order for you to be all of who you are today, it is within you. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go within. We're going to tap into that little girl. We're going to tap into that little boy that you probably haven't let out for many years. And we're going to discover who we are. We're not going to have shame. We're not going to play the blame game. We're letting go of anything that will block us. The ego, we're going to ask your egos today to fly out this door. Come on, get your egos. Fly. Come on. Let me see. Come on. Fly, ego, fly, ego, fly, ego. Because today we want to be open to receive that is given. So realize you can't break the soul. The soul knows its purpose. The soul will not renege on what you or why you are here, but you can break the mind, the heart, and physically. And so today, it's all about what? Healing. You can't break my soul. You can't break my soul. Thank you so very much.